We're not a capital A architecture firm. It's not about us, it's not about our signature style. It's really about interpreting the needs of community into a project for them. It should feel like it's theirs at the end. My name is Matthew Hickey. I am an architect with Two Row Architect. I'm a graduate from OCAD of Environmental Design in the year 2002. I'm also Mohawk, Wolf Clan from Six Nations on my mother's side, Irish and Scottish on my father's side. And I'm also an assistant professor at OCAD. This building is quite magical. It's the first time that a building has been designed specifically for Indigenous health. First of all, kudos to Joe Hester, who was the executive director here for many, many, many years. This is him working through the system to get a building for our people. Before this, AHT Anishinaabe Health Toronto was operating out of two small repurposed buildings. One was a Victorian townhouse, the other one an old 1960s bank. So you can imagine what that felt like, coming to have your medical services being delivered to you in these, colonial and reused buildings. Through this building, hopefully healing will start to happen more consistently. People will want to come here. So for me, the key of the design was making sure that this place was welcoming. First of all, the building is designed facing east. So it faces the rising sun in the morning, the direction of birth, the direction of life, the direction of healing. And also with that connection to the earth, we're right on the ground here. There's no parking garage underneath us. And this is extremely important for this building to be situated on the earth so that ceremony can take place in spaces just like this. Transparency is key with this. A lot of Indigenous people are afraid to go to the doctor because they haven't been treated properly or their parents haven't been treated properly. This building being extremely transparent, when you walk up to the front door, you can see all the way through it. And this fringe is meant to kind of stimulate the senses in a way that you don't typically get with buildings. It moves, it makes noise, and these things are what we try and think about as well when we're designing a building. It's not just about how does it look. It's also about, how does it sound? How does it smell? That changes your perception of a building. One of the other major pieces, and I think this is quite pivotal for this building, is that there's kind of a stack or a tower. Those are where all the traditional healer rooms are. Not even to mention the artists that are in here, Joseph Sagage, Christy Belcourt. We did collabs with them. Patrick Hunter, who's another Indigenous artist that we worked with. This is kind of a reflection on OCAD as well. My time there was not just in my studio. We used to wander and go into the painting studio, into the sculpture, into jewelry, all these places, and hang out with the other people that were there. And those collabs across architecture, design, art, I think are extremely important. This time was not just about learning design, learning architecture. It was about absorbing creativity. So that to me was the most magical thing in that place. I also teach at OCAD. My students, I always want to inspire them. I want them to understand that they can be great and really kind of allow them to develop their skills in a safe space at the school. Indigenous architecture, Indigenous values, Indigenous identity for a long, long time has been suppressed. We're starting to recognize the mistakes that we've made in architecture, and specifically what we call an import of culture, where we're using design ideas from Europe. Okay, Eurocentric, which that's what we did. People are coming from there. That's how it works. But when you have banks that look like the Parthenon, and you have city halls that look like an agora in Rome or Greece, right? These things are taking ideas and putting them onto this land. Our work is really about thinking about the historic fabric of that place. What was here before us? In this area in particular, we were in a delta. The river used to move before we controlled it. And to understand that when we're building something, we're displacing our relations. Birds, bees, fish, whatever it is, and our relations are important for us to live. Coming back to Indigenous architecture is really respecting that place that you're building, not just about sustainability, but about regenerative design. How do we build something and make the place better, or restore something that we wronged? And then the people. Right? So those are the two drivers for us. And that to me, that's the crux of Indigenous design, working in the place that you're working in and being very aware of it, and also listening to the people that you're working for.